Quinby here, with a new book for you. But before I get into details, you know the drill. Like and subscribe. It's like those boxes of snacks that are freely available. Yeah, you can steal them, but the better thing to do is leave a little something in exchange. What does it say in the box? A snack based on honesty and trust. That's kind of like what I provide. Content based on honesty and trust. I thank you for this gift. This week's book is Gates of Fire by Steven Pressfield. And what a fantastic book this is. Gates of Fire is a fictional account of the greatest military stand in history, when 300 Spartans faced the entire Persian army and held them at bay for 7 days. The book explores themes of life and death, the bonds that transcend them, and what is forged in the crucible of necessity. You learn what it truly means to be a king, and how, when all the odds are against you, you find courage through faith in skill, bond, and battle brother. Here's a sample. Of what does the nature of kingship consist? What are its qualities in itself? What the qualities it inspires in those who attend it? These, if one may presume to divine the meditations of His Majesty's heart, are the questions which most preoccupy his own reason and reflection. Does His Majesty recall that moment, upon the slope beyond the Narrows, after Leonidas, the Spartan king, had fallen, struck through with 6 lances, blinded beneath his helmet, staved in from the blow of a battle-axe, his left arm useless with its splintered shield lashed to his shoulder? When he fell at last under the crush of the enemy? Can His Majesty recall that surge within the melee of slaughter, when a corps of Spartans hurled themselves into the teeth of the vaunting foe and flung them back to retrieve the corpse of their king? I refer neither to the first time, nor the second or third, but the fourth, when there stood fewer than 100 of them, peers and knights and freedmen, dueling an enemy massed in their thousands. I will tell His Majesty what a king is. A king does not abide within his tent while his men bleed and die upon the field. A king does not dine while his men go hungry, nor sleep when they stand at watch upon the wall. A king does not command his men's loyalty through fear, nor purchase it with gold. He earns their love by the sweat of his own back, and the pains he endures for their sake. That which comprises the harshest burden, a king lifts first and sets down last. A king does not require service of those he leads, but provides it to them. He serves them, not they him. In the final moments before the actual commencement of the battle, when the lines of the Persians and the Medes and the Sassai and the Bactrians and the Illyrians, the Egyptians, Macedonians lay so close across from the defenders that their individual faces could be seen, Leonidas moved along the Spartan and Thespian phalanx, speaking with each platoon commander individually. When he stopped beside Dienekes, I was close enough to hear his words. "Do you hate them, Dienekes?" the king asked. The king asked, in the tone of a comrade, unhurried, conversational, gesturing to those captains and officers of the Persians proximately visible across the Udenos Chorion, the no-man's land. Dienekes answered at once that he did not. "I see faces of gentle and noble bearing, more than a few, I think, whom one would welcome with a clap and a laugh at any table of friends." Leonidas clearly approved my master's answer. His eyes seeing, however, darkened with sorrow. "I am sorry for them," he avowed, indicating the valiant foemen who stood so proximately across. "What wouldn't they give, the noblest among them, to stand here with us now?" That is a king. I don't know about you, but my heart is beating faster for having experienced that. Not read, experienced. Because that is what you get with Gates of Fire. It's the real deal, and opens a window on a world where life was raw and simple and true, where extreme physical training and spiritual fortitude ruled the day. When men like Dienekes lived, he was told that the Persian archers were so numerous, their volleys blotted out the sun. His response? "Good. Then we will have our battle in the shade." Ignore what you've heard and seen about the 300, and take a deep dive into Gates of Fire. It's the closest you'll come to being there. This is Quinby Delicious signing off. See you in the next video.